Hey there, I'm Randy Zimnock, and in this episode, we're going to cover what to do when you're forced to list a property before you're ready. In the last episode, I covered why putting a property on the market sooner isn't always better and went into it in detail of all the reasons behind that, right? However, there are circumstances where you actually might have to put the property on the market sooner. And you might think, what could that be, right? Well, just recently, actually this week, I had one of my investors give me a call and say, hey, Randy, I need the house on the market Friday. I'm like, Friday? We don't even have photos yet scheduled. What do you mean? Well, he goes, listen, my lender is not going to give me the draw for the construction until the property hits the market. So he's pretty much finished with the house. There's last finishing touches that he's doing. And a lot of lenders actually will lend you money on the construction, right? Not only the purchase, but also on the construction when you're renovating a property. But they will only release money based on different benchmarks, right? So this is literally the last benchmark he has to meet when the house is finished. And I guess this lender says, hey, we need to see the property active on the MLS, and then we will release you the last payment to cover the last phase of construction. So he was basically stuck. So he's like, Randy, I don't care what you do. I don't care if you come here and you take one photo of the kitchen and you just put it on the market, and in a few days, we could upload new photos and do all that the way you want it, right? And I was like, whoa, hold up. I was like, this is a problem, right? Because the first impression, like I said in the last episode, right, is everything. However, in this circumstance, I understood his problem, and then I started thinking, okay, what would I do? What should I do in this type of a situation in order to help him, right? Because I know that him not getting the money could potentially mean that he can't finish paying his contractors, so we can't have a product that's finished anyway. So I had to solve this with him. So I said to the investor, okay, listen, so here's what we'll do. We'll take a photo, right, of the kitchen with our phone, and we'll make it look somewhat decent the best way we can, right? We're not the professionals here. However, we'll do that, and we'll put it on the market. We'll get all the description done the way I would do it if it was fully done, staged, and professionally photographed. However, we will not allow any showings because the property is not ready to be shown anyway, and we'll just put in confidential remarks for the agents to see no showings for the next few days due to finishing touches, right? So I would not allow showings, so that way at least people don't see it not fully done the way I want it to be. And then what I told him what I would like to do is then get the staging done, get the professional photos done, and be ready to launch it again. However, I would get his permission to expire that listing that we put on the market that I'm not really proud of, right? So I would want to expire that listing and then relist the same house again with the new photos, with it being staged, everything, right? So the reason I'm doing this is because, again, if I kept the same listing and all I did is edited the photos, the people that have their filters set up to get notified of such properties that they have their search criteria set up with, and if this property met that criteria, if I just updated the photos, they wouldn't get an email again, right? The first email they got was the one with the crappy photo, and they wouldn't probably get an email again with just me updating the photos, unless I updated the price and things like that. But I wouldn't, right? So how do I get around that? The only way that I know to get around this is to expire that old listing or the first listing and then relist the house with the new photos. So the people that have their search criteria set up and want to get notified of this type of a property, it will actually hit their inboxes again. Believe it or not, most people won't recognize that it's the same house because they don't really look at the address. They look at the photos, they look at the description maybe, but I think they start and they finish their decision to keep looking at the house based on the photos alone. That's my true belief, right? That's how I look at properties. I look at photos first, and then I read the description and everything behind the property. So that way, if that house gets expired and relisted, all the new photos show up, right? So it looks like almost like a brand new property, and most people wouldn't even know it. All right, guys, so that's how you create a win-win.